I'm about to invite you now. It had stopped broadcasting, but now I'm back broadcasting.
There it goes. So that was the one I was shooting 4 minutes ago.
All right, so the deck you see in front of you is the deck we're gonna make you. Now, so this deck has not yet been updated.
You gotta mute something. I'm gonna mute the broadcast because I can hear you.
I can just leave the party.
All right.
All right, so what we have here is called the Golden Castle deck. Golden Castle is as follows. Basically, you can only last 3 turns. It's taking 10 cards per turn. We only have a 40 card deck. You can only last 3 turns. You got to kill them before then, right? If somebody attacks with a 3,000 monster, they're taking 1,500. Their monster's blowing up. If that card we just showed is on the field, we can special summon this card. We can normal summon her. Then we can target something on the field and destroy it. If I destroy something, I can make 2 attacks on a monster. Alright? The main point of the deck is to kill them with this card. So I'm going to demonstrate the deck. Let's see if there's still somebody online and ranking this game. There isn't. I'm going to have to do it against a computer. So, with the new ban list and different things, we will need to update the deck. But before we do, we just need to play it as is. What has to be updated is there's new link monsters and new things that work really well. So, we have everything we need. We have the most important thing, this right here. Anything that goes to the graveyard goes out of play. So we play our draw card because we have it. Alright, so this is Eater of Millions. He's a beautiful, wonderful card. He is your stop block. He stops everything from everyone. But we got 11 out of play. That's 4,000 off rip. So we set him. This protects us against special summoning. This protects us against a monster. We're not going to die by ending our turn. I forgot how to end my turn in this thing. So the deck they're playing is a burn style type deck. It focuses on effect damage. Meaning they have tons of things to stop tons of things. When this card is discarded, it can kill a spell or trap. Although we want to draw cards, we're going to use it to destroy something. So we get to destroy something and we draw 2 cards. And we drew exactly what the hell we need. So this deck is about attacking. And then after you attack, you finish them off. So we go ahead and summon Golden Castle. We go ahead and summon another card just so that we can blow something up. Because we got 2 spell traps to get rid of before we attack. Right? So we go ahead, up. They got rid of it for us, which means we have 1 more to get rid of. We got 19 cards out of play, which means, check out my boy, 76. We go ahead and take a chance and just wipe him out. This card makes it where if they attack us, they take damage. Now, with most burn decks, it's always about the speed. Are you fast enough? Will you take them out before they take you out? We took a chance and didn't blow up that card, and we paid for it. Now we have nothing to worry about. Nothing to stop us. Nothing to get in our way. Oh, and we have just enough. 10,800. That's a normal summon. So if we go to Wendy, it's supposed to be the best person. I want to try rank again. Maybe we can find somebody. I doubt we will because everybody's left this game. No game. Ain't nobody playing this. We gotta go back to single player. We'll go try Wendy. So this deck only lasts 3 turns. Basically, you destroy everything they have on the field. You attack, and then you summon a XYZ monster that negates 1 card, or you summon your guy to do magic. They're not going to be able to get over it. This deck also utilizes that for defense. So that's a dark monster. So on their first turn, I go ahead and do this. I want cards and I want to banish cards, and I want to give them something to use their resources on. I go ahead and summon that. This is a fuck you. All I have, is Sky Strikers. The old school version of them before they got pumped up. This is all they did. 3 cards to destroy. That's it. That's all we got to get rid of is 3 cards, and then we got to attack. So we check this. Dark, 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 dark. All these fusion darks, if they have a Cyber Dragon deck, I can take their shit. They got a dark monster, I take their shit. They got zombies, I take their shit. They got dragons, I take their shit. They got a Cybers monster, I take their shit. They got a fusion monster, I take their shit. If they got 2 normal monsters, if I'm finding a Blue Eyes deck, and they got 2 Blue Eyes, I take their shit. Dark Magicians, I take their shit. They summoning heroes, I take their shit with this card. So we got 3 cards to get rid of. So let's go ahead and get rid of 1 off rip, which is the face down. We don't care about the monster. We care about the spell or trap first, okay? We're going to blow that up. We're going to draw some cards. Grand Manju's getting more powerful. Oh, there we go. All right. So now we need to go ahead and destroy something else. So this card is summoned, right? As soon as it's summoned, I can just blow something up. So we're going to go ahead and summon him, right? Because what we want to do is destroy all their shit and then take them out. They gave us 3 spell of traps to get rid of. So we summon our card. We like them. So we getting rid of the monster. We're going to do this. We're not worried about the monster because we got... Alright, so now we are clear. So we summon old dude first. What's the most important thing to summon first? Him. We need him up here. We have enough to kill him, but we need him. Since we believe we're good, so you pick up to 5 cards from anywhere, right? And you banish them. He gains 100 for each one. But my other monster gains, way much more. That's enough. You banish that. You summon Eater of Millions. Shits and giggles, we summon him. Alright, he is summoned. Let's see if we can get him again. Alright, we do. This is great news for this reason. This card right here. If this card attacks your opponent directly, I inflict damage. The first thing my opponent does gets negated, right? So I can activate Thunderbird right now and pop his card. Then summon him and attack. But if that card gets destroyed and has an effect, something bad happens. Right? Instead, the safer move is this. I summon him. He's going to negate the first effect that happens. But guess what? He can attack directly. And after he attacks directly, he can pop a card. So in order for them to win, they have to have 2 things. An effect on the monster and an effect in their hand. I like those odds. I attack directly. Is it successful? It is. Now I take Eater of Millions. His effect, I just banish it. You just gone. Technical error. I negate one thing automatically. I negated my own effect. I haven't played the deck in a while. So I just go ahead and attack with Grand Marju. Takes him out. So the deck has not been updated for Master Duels yet. But no matter what they have on the field, you take it out. Now any of these level 8s, you pop that in and you get our big boy. You all know our big boy. We like him, we love him. So that's against Wendy. Skyscrapers. We already did Varys. Let's do the other Varys. Let's see what his deck has and how we utilize this deck if we're trying to bring this particular deck to Master Duels. This deck wants to go second. If you are forced to go first with this deck, you must build a powerful board. Typically Grand Marju in defense. So we look at what we have. We start plotting. We can destroy 3 cards. And we have, but we have 4. That means we need to draw something good. We are doing another burn deck. We got to go quick and fast. Burn decks normally don't have a lot of attack. They don't have a lot of monsters. With us trusting this fact, we just pass turn. We're not going to worry about the monsters. They might do 3,000 at the most. They did nothing. They did nothing. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of 10 cards, which is 40. And we're going to go ahead and attack. They have something. There we go. They got Trap Hole. Is that the only thing they have? This deck is high risk, high reward. We're going to gamble. We're going to get rid of everything but Monster Reborn. We're going to get rid of 10 cards exactly. And we're going to test just attacking them for 8,000. They got 1 face down. They've already used 1 of them. If you're not playing a really competitive duel and you want to take the risk, You see an opportunity like this, you take the risk. We need 20. So we did 20. Why did we do 24? In just case they summon a monster. So we go ahead and bring back our big boy. Our main star of the deck. Deck revolves around him. We take a chance. They already used their trap hole. High risk, high reward. We lose. Too big a risk. Burn decks run that. Now, if we weren't being reckless, we would have done something else. We would have summoned our monster and then popped the card. So, conservative play is more like this. You make sure your attacks are guarded. You're very careful with everything. So now I'm going to play it without commentary before I switch to the next deck. So, the weakness of most special summon decks are burn decks that don't focus on monsters they don't focus on anything other than really just killing you. So, the weakness of Golden Castle, as you've seen, is burn. Mathmex focus on destroying everything, summoning him, and attacking. Mathmex is a strong archetype, but I would not play them in the new format because this monster's only 3,000. But the way they work, let's see if we can try find somebody in rank. Oh, we found somebody. All right, we're gonna try, but they're full. So Mathmex is basically I summon a bunch of monsters. I win by doing one attack. I'm trying to win by doing one attack. So let's see, where is the blue eyes people? Now, ideally, a deck that has a ton of effects, one that has a whole bunch of effects, so many effects, they can't possibly negate it, is what's coming up. That deck is the Danger Dark World deck. If I was to recreate a meta deck in the new format, it will be that one, because that format allows us to put in new link monsters. So the deck we're fighting now utilizes Summoner Monk. It's a good card. So we don't have too much stuff to worry about, right? We don't have too much. So I want to get all my special summons off first, right? I want all my special summons off because I need 8. So I play this card first because I want to add something to my hand. Don't need the Kaiju. Have that. I need him. So you set up the attack, right? That's all you're doing is setting up the attack. So I summon Naboo, right? I special summon him. So I summon him. I lower his life points, right? So now his life points are 9. That's great. So, but I want multiplication. So I'm going to get rid of him just so I can get multiplication. And what he does is you synchro with him, the monster doubles, right? He lets the monster attack twice. So Mathmex is a super cheap deck. There's other synchros you can summon. Like if you can't get this full one off, you summon a different one, which is just as powerful. But you pretty much set this up. You summon a monster that can't be affected by anything except for your own effects. Right? You boost him up to 6,000. You make sure he can attack twice. And when he attacks somebody, he does double damage. So your opponent does whatever they're going to do. You can even give your opponent a monster. You just need them to have one monster whose attack level is under 2,000. Because 2,000 fighting 6,000 is that. So when we attack, we're unaffected by all, and we do double damage. This is an OTK deck. It can go first, put him on the field. It can go second, put him on the field. But I would not use him in the new format. The deck I suggest, so this one is the Blue Eyes. This is what I would do for Blue Eyes Virtual. 3 Blue Eyes, 1 Jinzo, 2 of these, the row, right? So they don't have to have a monster. I just give them a monster. But before we get to that, we are going to showcase. I'm going to go to Zexel. We're going to showcase, where is it? It would be, oh, well, I don't, there's a Time Lord deck. It's nice and cheap. I barely remember how to use it, but we're gonna do one duel with it. The Time Lords of the cards can't be destroyed. They're considered cheap, but they're nice. They can't be destroyed. You don't take battle damage. They can't be destroyed by battle or by effects. And I mixed them in with the Shaddolls, right? So Time Lord could be something that you make to climb the ladder, right? So you got all sorts of Time Lords. So this is a Kaiju Shaddol formula, right? So I would play this first, blow up their cards, right? Give me the most powerful card, 3,000. Give them the weak card. Give them the weak. Give me the strong. It's Dark Cold, and I do that, right? So that's not enough to kill them. So I activate my fusion card. I summon her. You've seen her on the front of the whatchamacallit. Once I summon her, using this in a Shaddol, I can type a Shaddol. The one I want to discard is something to destroy. Still not enough to kill, but we have an effect. And we will send, yes, activate that. We're going to destroy the face down. The face down is the enemy. We're also going to summon this wonderful card, which does battle damage equal to the attack of the monster. So this lets us, we discard this card. We draw a card. So we want to draw a card. So we're going to draw a card. Alright, let's see what we can summon. We can summon this, not worth it. So we let this monster attack first so he can do damage later. Then we attack with this monster. We just end our turn. So they can't do anything. Time Lord goes back to my hand. I flip. And we're basically attacking. But Time Lords are slow. The new format has us against things that are really fast. And for that, this is the deck I like the most, because it has so many effects you pop off constantly, that if they set a couple of cards to negate, they can't negate it all. They can't stop it. It's just too much. The problem is you have to really, really think. You have to activate everything in the right fucking order. This card, if it goes to the graveyard, can special summon something else, right? So you want to act... Oh, actually, the deck we're fighting is a good deck. This fucker, this piece of shit is exactly what I'm talking about. This man has one negate per turn. Whew. So we know we got to burn something, right? What do we want to burn? This card is a danger. Right? If it goes to the graveyard by itself, we can special summon it. It's safe to start off. This one, we can special summon another danger. We don't want to activate that first because there's no danger if we pick it. But he's going to negate something. So we go for this. Negate this. He doesn't do it. So when a danger is summoned, we get to draw a card. They are an engine. But the danger I sent, because it was discarded, we get to add something to our hand. We want this. This helps us destroy a monster, spell a trap, special summon, a danger, special summon yourself, special summon a danger monster, but it has to go in defense position. We want to destroy that card, so we pick that. Now, if we discard it right now, we can blow it up. So we play this card. He stops it. Now that he has stopped it, now that his one negate is out the way, we go wild. We want to discard this or this to blow up one of these. So we would activate this. But when we look at these effects, if this gets discarded, we have an effect. If that gets discarded, it has an effect. If this gets discarded, we get the special summon discard. So we go with this card. We don't go with that danger or a normal summon. We go with this because we want one of those effects. Any effect we get is good. We got that effect. We get to add something to our hand. It's going to be the field spell. No, are you okay? What you doing? Alright, so we add the field spell. That's the field spell. We need a special summon. We will be that card. Looking at what we have and what we just drew, we want the field spell. Always get the field spell first. You summon the field spell, use the field spell. We get to discard, banish a card from the graveyard, discard a card, and draw. But that lets us draw. Now we want to get rid of the spell of trap first. Spell of traps before monsters. We get rid of Thunderbird. Thunderbird pops off. We're almost done. Oh, we got something. This is good. But if they use it, we still accomplished. Now we got a monster to get rid of. So we already know what to do. We pull another danger, he blows up. We don't pull up, we pull them. All right, now we're free and clear. Now we're looking for life points. We need to kill him. What can we summon with two monsters? Nothing that's worth it. So we want to summon the big boy. 3,000. That puts us almost at our mark. All right, we got it. So we summon our big boy. We got a trade in, so we want him. We activate trade in. We get rid of him. So many effects we doing. Now this is perfect. Right here, this card, they have to choose a card in my hand to discard it. All right, so we get to see what's in their hand. What don't we want them to have if it comes the next turn? They can have a spell card. We don't want them to have a monster. So we get rid of their monster. Now they draw something new, but we get to activate an effect. We get to special summon a monster. It's going to be in defense position though, so we'll take Thunderbird. We don't have enough attack yet, so we go ahead and use her. She special summoned herself. Alright, here we go. Now we need to attack to kill. You do some quick math for that there. So we're going to summon a monster that takes up 2 right here that increases the attack of all other monsters. So instead of 13, we get 5, 10, 15, 20. Just for getting rid of these 2 monsters. We assess the situation. We know they would have had to draw the perfect thing. We have enough attack. We go in for the kill. We activated so many effects. Now, if they had Max C, we could have special summoned a bunch more and probably killed them. If they had the other card, not so much. But quick and dirty, blowing up stuff, it's too many effects. It's just too many. They can't stop them all. They can't stop them all. The best deck for fighting the unknown, though, is our Blue Eyes. This bitch is so crazy. You attack with this. You basically use this card to give them this, and then you attack it directly. They don't have to have monsters on their field for you to win. They don't have to do shit for you to win. They don't have to do nothing for you to win. You go first, you put that big piece of shit on the field and see what they can do to get rid of it. They can't get rid of it, they're dead. But it is a bit technical. It's a bit technical in the sense that, well, look, boom. But we need a level 8. We got 2 spell traps. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we worried about. You know off rip what we're going to do. We need 2 cards. So ideally, this does what? This blows up what? This blows up 1 monster. He has 1 monster. But what do we have in our hand? We know we want Ritual Monster, right? So we take this. And we want to bait him. So we take this. We take both. And we bait his ass. What you got? Can you stop me? Can you do something? You feeling froggy? I guess not. Well, let's go ahead and get rid of that monster then. Alright. So this gives us a ritual spell. Alright? So let's do it. We reveal a ritual spell in order to summon this. Now that we have revealed the mystery spell, what do we want? We want another monster. If this card is supposed to summon, add a ritual monster. So that's what we add. So if we didn't have if we didn't have anything, we would summon these 2 to get what we want, right? Now, using these effects are tricky because you don't want to fill up your board so much that you can't do anything, right? You gotta be careful. Like right now, my board is filled up. It's filled up and I can't summon my card. But it's a guaranteed ritual summon every turn. 2 attack. Now the extra deck is what will get rid of those monsters. Let's see. He will get rid of the card. But that's that deck. If you want to go completely rogue, we have our last deck, which is straight up burn. This is straight up, I'm just going to kill you. Everybody hates burn decks because although those cards like Barrel Behind the Door that say, hey, you don't take damage, you throw the damage back. There's so many cards to counter burn. It is crazy stupid to ever try to play burn, but nobody prepares for it. I used to keep 1 Barrel Behind the Door, 1 Rainbow Life just in case I faced a burn deck. But now the meta decks I have are fast enough to kill a burn deck. A burn deck is hard to do. It's hard to maintain. It is the hardest deck to create, but it is my favorite deck of all. I have not remade it yet, but the last version of it was this. They discard a card, they take damage. Every standby phase, they take damage. Every card, they take damage. And if they try to special summon, I gain that many more life points and then they're screwed. Soon as this one is over, I'll end the broadcast and we will meet over on Master Duels. Well, actually, I'm going to go to a different game and look at a different deck. So, because the decks do so much, so many effects, that's what makes this type of burn deck effective. I did more damage than them, and they were able to summon a monster and attack. They summon a monster and attack. I lose 1,000. At the end of this turn, I have lower life points than them. But once it's my turn, it'll be back the same. They'll be lower. That's it. I'm out of cards. I am now on complete autopilot. Burn deck is very risky. It's very consistent, but it's very risky. Especially since in this current format that the burn deck is in, they don't have Harpy's Feather Duster. They don't have all that other stuff. But that just means I would use Judgment of Anubis. A very effective burn card. And burn always comes down to the wire. Right? It always comes down to the very wire. The math sometimes is even hard for me to keep up with. And so that's that one.